So I was getting something of there's something that is not being said, and it's in a connection. This could be somebody that you're newly dating. There's something that's unspoken or wanting to tap into what's not being said in the connection. This is going to be meant for anybody who's kind of confused on what's going on. I've been getting a lot of this, like just wanting to know, but this is different, a little bit different. Yeah, patience. You could have been patient or have been patient, trying to be patient with this situation. What is not being said? Or you could just be in a connection with this person and they've been a little bit distant. There's a disconnect though. It's a lot of unspoken words, fragmented of the soul, significant drama from the past, irrational, unexplained fears, checking out in certain situations, overreaction to seemingly small problems. Yeah, there's definitely a disconnect, and you might even be wondering what's going on. The number 29 could be significant. I'm working on my self-worth for a long time. I deem myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. Oh my God, and there's patience again. Okay, I'm going to read this just in case it resonates with everyone or it resonates deeper. So number 85 is patience, persevering in the face of delay, suffering in silence but holding out, continuing on with life struggles but hoping that things will turn out fine. It says, I just want you to know how much I miss you and how much you mean to me. It's been difficult moving on without you, but I'm waiting on the perfect time to return and I'm trusting the process. So you could be on a break with this person. They could have even ran from the connection, but there is a disconnect. For those of you that are in this connection, I feel like the disconnect, or I want to say check out from the other person. This is what's going on. You're probably like, what the heck? Okay, drinking the Kool-Aid, it's at the bottom, listens to others, disregard their own feelings, knowingly goes along with other people's plans, ideas without thinking of their own well-being, which kind of deceits them. Okay, so if you felt a pull away from the connection, you could have distanced yourself even from this person. If you're still in the connection, I'm getting the feeling like you don't want to pry, right? Because you could feel something's going on, but you're like, is it going on with us? Are you having second thoughts about us? Or are you going through something and you're like at that weird point, like, I want to be there for you, but I don't know what's going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot could go on. It's like you want to push, but you don't want to be too pushy because you want to give them their space. Whoever tapping into, this is something that if you're still with this person, you're in a connection, you're like, oh, they seem distant. It's like they kind of do that and you kind of are like, okay, I'm just going to give you your space because... But there's a different element here that's creating concern. For those of you that are dating out, self-worth, Pluto and letting go. So what is not being said? You could think that the person that you're dealing with is either dealing with other people and they are deceiving you, that they are wearing a mask, but I feel like that's trauma from a past connection, either on your end or they have pulled back because yeah, Pluto, letting go, South Node, you're letting go of the past. What's not being said is this, I just want to clarify. Yeah, okay. So for those of you, for those of you in a connection, if you notice a disconnect, there is something from the past that your partner is not able to get over. And maybe they've been holding it in. Maybe it's starting to weigh on them that they haven't cleared it, or this is starting to build as some kind of resentment. And now on top of that, maybe they've talked to other friends or family members because it hasn't been resolved, and maybe they're just getting some bad advice, okay, which is creating a rift. If this is somebody that you're dating, I feel like there is a disconnect. Yeah, this is someone this is even someone that you could have taken a break from, or like, you know what, you have to kind of figure it out, and you could have walked away from them and went on your own path. And yeah, you've let this go. Yeah, you've moved on from this. This person could be going through some kind of regret. Drinking, listen to others and disregards their own feelings. Where's the collective that is going to resonate? Where is their energy currently? If you're in a situation, so what's not being said is this person is allowing either others to, is allowing others to have impact on your connection, or how this person is moving on from someone else. Let's say they were dating someone for a while and maybe they're all friends with that person. I don't know. Death card. Yeah. I feel like for a lot of you, it could be somebody that you ended it with, or you're taking a break from because things haven't changed and you're growing as a person. And I feel like this could have been a lesson. If you're in a relationship with this person, this is something like past, something that you guys have put to bed in your relationship, either allowing other people to impact, or it even could be your person hiding feelings from you and not just saying it, and kind of holding everything within themselves, and then creating this tension or disconnect in your connection, rather than just talking to you or being like, hey, I'm still not kind of over that. What are we like? We have to kind of work through this. I'm still, and kind of wearing a mask, acting like everything's okay when everything's not okay. And the connection, I'm still bothered by. I'm still like, I haven't let that go. And you thought you've moved on from it and ended it. And, that was just... So there's something that's still harboring in the person that you're dealing with, whether it is from a past connection, whether it's your past person that allowed other people to get in the way and other people's opinions, and you've removed yourself, or it's somebody that you're dating that is still kind of getting through some kind of breakup. But they're not really telling you what's happening here, because there's still some wounding about a past event, no matter what had happened. Significant drama. Yeah, I keep getting that. overreacting to seemingly small problem. And if you're in a relationship with this person could be more, you know, you're just like, okay, all right, I won't bother you. You know? Okay. Yeah. I hate to say this, but for the strongest energy I'm getting is for those of you that you have a new beginning. I feel like this person is with patience and that clock. They're kind of seeing things differently. When I think that you've already made the change, you saw things for what they are, you moved on, and I feel like this person is now coming. They're either, they could have lied. I mean, they could have very much, I mean, this is some gnarly energy. 5 of Pentacles left you feeling abandoned, you know, some emotional wounding right there. You could have not wanted to give up on the connection, but something shifted. And I think it was you. You transformed and said, you know what? I think I got to leave this behind. I got to end it. But now the wheel's turning and this person's getting karma and you're getting this new beginning. And they're kind of seeing things delayed. Temperance, yeah. And I feel like you've moved on. That's what's not being said, is they didn't say and they let other people's impact their decisions about this connection. They're realizing that. And now they're stressed. They have a lot of fear, worry. Maybe they think it's too late. I think you've already closed the cycle. If they're still in a connection, I feel like with judgment, they still, if you're still in a connection, they still feel betrayed by whatever happened or blow up that you guys had. It could have been a problem that you thought you had hashed out. This person's still hurt by it. And the judgment is they need to speak up, first of all. And I feel like they've been trying to conceal it or just not wanting to deal with it. Maybe they think too much time has gone by. For those of you that are dating someone and you're like, what happened? I feel like this person had some things that came up from the past. And they discovered that they weren't ready to move forward. I feel like does it have any, if they're dating someone and it was going well. Yeah, I feel like there's something that kind of crept up that maybe hasn't been, it was like a triggering, you know, something that hasn't been healed. Pluto letting go, South Node. I think that kind of came up because I feel like they were all in, you know, and with drinking the Kool-Aid, this could be something that they experienced in their relationship that ended like this. Okay, that left them. And even though they've done amount of healing, it could be a reason why you felt disconnected or they kind of pulled away. It was something they didn't see. Yeah, which if they're not wanting to commit, now it's going to be different. Some of them are just giving you the runaround. You have to be discerning. But if you're like, everything was going really well, I didn't feel as if this person was fake or being fake, and you're just like, I thought we were having fun, we had a good chemistry. things were going in a good direction. I just feel like that's what they're hiding. That's what is not being said, is there's some wounding that came up that they thought that they let go from the past, and they were ready to take this leap, right? Of faith, ready to start something new after they closed it out, but there could have been some harboring emotions. Yeah. Because I do think this person does want commitment. I just feel like there's some things coming to the surface they didn't expect. Anything else to close out this message? I feel like that's kind of it. So if you're kind of, yeah, the star, just have hope. I would just, if this is like a new connection, yeah. If this is a new connection, no, you renewed their hope. I just feel like you're just going to have patience. This person might be a little bit nervous as to moving it along. I wouldn't try to move it along quickly, because I feel like this kind of sprung up on them. Yeah, these emotions they thought they left behind. For others of you, I think if this is an ex that is kind of late to realizing what happened, I feel like they had hope that you guys would like, yeah, there's 3 of Wands. Like anticipating a renewal between each other, but now I feel like they're kind of, I don't know if it's like information or just the feelings are kind of coming up to the surface and they're seeing it differently. There could have been people around them giving them some bad advice, and now with the 4 of Cups, they could have missed an opportunity. Because this World card is kind of looking back at everything, you know, and she's pretty secure. I feel like you have a lot of hope for your future, and you're very much in alignment. And I feel like this person could be maybe even starting their own transformation. Wheel of Fortune's turning, because now they're kind of realizing you're that 10 of Cups energy. Like you were the 10 of Cups, and with Pluto letting go, South Node, there's something that they didn't want to change, or they didn't see at the time, or they just didn't want to deal with, and they should have fought for you. And if you're married to this person or in a long-term commitment, there is hope for you guys to work this out, but you might need just a little bit more communication or work, or maybe even a therapist, because this could even be something that's kind of deeply rooted in other things, right? That 5 of Cups, that's holding on to past hurt, past grief, not being able to move forward. So it's not something that your partner can move on from, and that's what's not being said. Okay? I hope this helps, guys. Love you. Bye.